Hello, this is Matthew Kresal, and this is Doctor Who in 2. As I record this, it's been just a couple of weeks since Orphan 55 aired as part of modern Doctor Who's 12 series. It was an episode that instantly divided fan opinions over its ecological message and, in particular, how on the nose it was. Which makes it all the more interesting that Planet of Giants, which opened Doctor Who's second season in 1964, was next to be reviewed, as it shows that the series was doing this sort of thing way back in the day. The story opens with the Doctor once more trying to get Ian and Barbara back to the 1960s. This time, he succeeds, but, of course, there's a catch. Thanks to the TARDIS malfunctioning, they've been shrunk to an inch tall. Exploring their surroundings, the TARDIS crew discovers giant insects and earthworms, all of which are dead. Why? Because they've landed adjacent to a laboratory experimenting with a new and lethal pesticide, one that a government scientist is determined to stop, and which a businessman is even more determined to make a fortune off of, resulting in murder. It's here that the story takes on its ecological bent, with greed over safety and the threat of potential ecological disaster. Sadly, the story doesn't quite work. The idea of a shrunk TARDIS crew had been considered for the very first serial a year earlier, before being deemed impractical. It clearly still was a year later, with things looking more akin to a stage play than a TV show. It also doesn't help that writer Louis Marks never quite gets the two plot lines to gel. True, our characters only get into the lab because of the murderer, and cause his being eventually caught, but they feel like two separate stories mashed together. And if you thought Orphan 55 was on the nose, you should listen to some of the dialogue in this story. It also doesn't help that the pacing is non-existent. How bad is it? Well, the third episode as we have it today is, in fact, cut down from what was meant to be 2 episodes. With the DVD release, fans have the opportunity to see what the missing material would have been like. And are you missing much? Not really. Ultimately, it's a failure, albeit a noble one.